Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Glad to see you can make it back to BRP, Backroads Paranormal. First of all, I'm going to let you know that I'm having a little technical difficulties. Let me know um, how it looks on your end in the comments while I'm going. So, like every time we start, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and like and subscribe. The more likes, the more subscriptions, more comments on on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all that gets gets my videos moved up further in the searches. So tonight, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's one of my favorite places to go here in California, the Winchester Mystery House. So if you don't know anything about the Winchester Mystery House, you're at the right place. So I've been doing a little bit of studying on the Winchester House, and I'll give you some of the lore, the how can I say it? What everybody's been told about the Winchester House, and then afterwards, I'll give you what others I found about it. Yeah, that's my technical difficulty right now. Is I'm lagging. I think it's the lack of Wi-Fi where I'm at. If you don't know, we're in a little small town outside of Fresno in the Central Valley, so it's really not that great. And but if it gets too bad, what I'll do is I'll just upload a video. It might be a little bit easier because it's kind of driving me nuts. But let's do a little bit. So the Winchester House was built by Sarah Winchester. If you don't know who Sarah Winchester is, she was the wife of William Winchester, which was the inventor and the founder of the Winchester repeating arms. Some say it's the rifle that won the West out here in California, and it changed the history of warfare by all means. Um, so Sarah Winchester, she lost her daughter. I think it was 2 months, 2 months old, and not far after William passed away of tuberculosis. So Sarah inherited about, I think it was 50% of the Winchester Repeating Arms Company. So that's roughly, back then it was $1,000 a day, which it's close to, I can't remember how much, but it's quite a bit of money nowadays. So basically, she didn't know what to do with her fortune, and she was so depressed about losing her daughter and her husband in the same year. So the story goes is that Sarah contacted a Boston medium. His name is Adam Coons, to contact her late husband to find out what to do with all the money that she inherited. Well, the medium supposedly contacted um, her late husband, William, and he told her that the family was cursed by all of the spirits that were killed by the Winchester Arms. So that's close. I don't even think they have a count of how many people were killed by the rifles. So the medium supposedly was told by William that Sarah needed to move west to and build a keep building a house to please the spirits. Otherwise, she was going to die. So Sarah headed west, ended up in California, where she bought in San Jose, where she bought a 8-bedroom unfinished farmhouse. Okay, and that was the start of the craziness. So after 38 years, the Winchester house ended up basically looking like this. You really can't tell the old house anymore, but Sarah would build. She built for 38 years, 24/7, and by by the 38th year, sorry, by 1904, the house had 7 stories until the earthquake of the 1904 San Francisco earthquake, which by then Sarah got trapped in one of the rooms, and she basically said that it was the spirits were trying to get her. She was locked in that room for like 7 days before they found her because it collapsed around her. And as of last year, I believe it was, they finally opened up the room that she sealed. Well, you got to remember, she sealed a lot of rooms because she thought the spirits were chasing her around the house. So Sarah ended up the house ended up having where is it at? It had 161 rooms by the time Sarah passed away. 161 rooms, 47 fireplaces. Um, had a little over 10,000 panels of glass in the house, 2 basements, 3 elevators, um, 13 bathrooms, and what confused me is out of the 13 bathrooms, only one of them had an actual shower in it. So I guess that would be fine by her because she's the only one living there besides the helpers. So having working 38 years to build this house, she ended up with stairwells to basically nowhere, and there was no carpenters, no blueprints, no nothing of this house, and they're still to this day finding hidden secret passages, doors, just a little bit of everything. But you can see right there, they just go to the ceiling. Well, she also made the stairs go up to the bell tower. They're um, nine. I think it was 9 flights of stairs, but they were only about 2 inches tall. So just imagine how many stairs they had to go up there. And this one amazes me. Just to go up 2 flights of stairs or 2 flights of the house, she had to she had this winding deal with. It was just it was asinine. So the rumor is she just built and built until so the to confuse all the ghosts. And you got doors that go basically to an 8-foot drop to the gardens. It just I guess and if you look at she built rooms on rooms, floors on floors. Like she never, as you can tell, it looks like right there that she built on top of the roof and just kept on building. Never never really had any plans. Just she would go to the every night. There's a bell tower, and she would have her servants ring the bell at midnight every night, and it said that Sarah would enter her seance room, which is also known as the blue room. Well, in the blue room, she would contact spirits. Not only spirits, but she would talk to her husband that would give her advice on what to build next. In the blue room, you can see it looks right down into the kitchen. Some say that she built it that way so she can keep eye on her servants. But in you can't see it in this picture, but in the over there to the left, excuse me, the seance room had 13 hooks for 13 different robes. They said that she would wear different robes every night. And by 2 in the morning, the bell would ring again, and that's when Sarah would come out of the seance room, and she would take paths different every single night to confuse so the spirits didn't know where she was going. And in her later days, she ended up sleeping in a different room every night because she was scared of the spirits. So Sarah Winchester got said that the spirit's favorite number was 13. So if when you go and visit this place in San Jose, you'll notice that there's 13 panel windows in some rooms, 13 paneled ceilings in the ballroom. Some of the flight of stairs has 13 steps, and there's 13 different bathrooms, like I said earlier. Well, one of those bathrooms has 13 windows and 13 panels on those windows. So, what was the big deal with the number 13? Uh, oh, and the time she died in what was it, 1922, they found Sarah's will in one of her safes. The will had 13 sections that she had to sign 13 times. So 13 was going around her noggin for some reason, but it's never said why. So in 1923, it was sold. The estate was sold. All the valuable stuff in the house was given to her niece. Well, there was so much crap in that house that it took 6 days with 6 semi trucks to clean it out. And they're saying that Sarah spent over 50, I think it was $550,000 on the house. And in 1923, it sold at the estate sale for 123,000. So somebody made a deal on it. So that's a little bit of the history that we've all been told, but I've been doing a little bit deeper insert. So I always told you I'd go down the rabbit hole for you guys. So it's been uh, about 3 months that I've been doing research on the Winchester House, and nowhere that I can't find this Boston medium named Adam Coons. I see a lot of people asking on the web, asking for his his family tree or whatnot or anything on Adam Coons, and I can't find anything on him. And I also watched this video. Excuse me. There's a lot of, you can't call it a conspiracy theory. I know it's more of a business deal, an advertisement. So all these rumors started going around about the Winchester House when the new owner bought it. Uh, they would see strange things. This is what happened. That's what happened. Da da da. You know how it goes. The whole telephone game. You tell your buddy this, he goes tells that. Once it gets back to you, it's something different. So the real story of Sarah Winchester, yeah, she lost her daughter, she lost her husband. Um, um, so that that part of history is correct. The other theory is that she had to move west because of her health. See, Sarah, I don't think it was a medium she contacted. I think it was her doctor that suggested her to go out west where there was more of a dry climate or a different climate than she was in New Hampshire. See, it's very wet and cold in New Hampshire. Sarah had severe arthritis the older she got, and I myself think all of the small steps, the winding staircases, I think it was just easier for her to get up to the next level with those, so she didn't have to take big steps. Also, excuse me. Also, when you come into money, you really don't know what to do with it. I know a lot of people will say, "I'll donate it. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll keep working." I think she just had too much money to know what to do with. Also, I read someplace that it was either her grandpa or somebody was a carpenter, and he always struggled for a job. So when Sarah bought this house and decided to start building, I think that's why she kept people 24/7. Excuse me, because her grandpa never had a job as a carpenter, so she kept carpenters on call all the time, working 24/7. They said the day Sarah passed away, they um, they just completely stopped. They left half-driven nails in the walls. They left um, all kinds of doors, windows, just laying around, and they have. So I think she just basically had way too much money to deal with. Um, yeah, what I might do is I know I'm going live right now. I'm going to upload this later to see how it plays on YouTube or Facebook. Um, I don't know what's going on. It was doing fine right before I went live, and then just all of a sudden it just like crapped out on me. But um, the more I get my stuff, I'm hoping the better this will get. I know I've only been on for about 20 minutes. I'm kind of rushing a little bit because this is frustrating me. um, if you ever get a chance to go to the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, Um, oh, so Ashley asked, "How did Sarah die?" Believe it or not, she died of old age. She passed away in her own bed, peacefully, no pain, no nothing. I think she was like 98, 90 something when she passed away. So let's do the math real fast. Uh, well, I don't have her date of birth. She died in 1922, and I forget when she was born. But I think, if I remember right, she passed away at 98. I have, if you ever get a chance, sorry about the mess back there. When you go down to San Jose, they have this book in the gift shop, and I suggest picking one up or picking up a newer version. This is what year is this? It doesn't tell me the year. Um, Let me see if I can find the date of when Sarah was born real fast. This, believe it or not, this little bitty skinny book tells you a whole lot about the Winchester House. Um, and believe it or not, Sarah and William, they come from New Hampshire royalty. It says. Um, duh, 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 duh. Well, I'll do that later. Um, what I was saying is, if you ever get to go down to San Jose, oh no, no, actually, she didn't die in there. She was stuck in there for 7 days. That's back when it was 7 floors before the 1904 earthquake. She was up there, and after the earthquake, it collapsed on her, but it didn't kill her. She was stuck in there for 7 days until one of her servants found her. And after the earthquake, uh, they tore down the top 3 floors because it was unsafe. Okay, Mary, you said 1839 is when she was born. Let's do the math. I'm not. I can 1839 minus 1922. Oh, she died at 83. My mistake. Uh, so back to Ashley, they it collapsed, but it didn't kill her. They took off the top two, and that's what you see now. Is after she took off the top 3 layers or 3 floors, she uh she started building again. And I think all these staircases that go nowhere, since she didn't have no plans or nothing, I think she just built on top of house, off on top of foundation, on top of everything to what you see today. They never they never tore anything out when she wanted to build again, so they would just seal up a room and build around it. I think that's why this door's out of place. I think that was something before that the skylights are out of place. They're in the skylights are going from floor to floor, which I bet you before they built all around it, it went to the roof. Because if you remember, yeah, it was a pretty good big. It was a big house when she bought it, but you can kind of see some of the old shape in the new one. Kind of, it's got the same style, but so if you do back to going to San Jose, if you guys do get to go to San Jose, take the full tour. Don't take the cheap tour. When you go on the full tour, they take you to where supposedly Clyde's one of the ghosts that's in all rumors about the Winchester House. Clyde was one of the servants, and supposedly he loved working for Sarah. So when he passed away, um, he stayed. So he's constantly working. People say they've seen him in the basement pushing the wheelbarrow with the coal in it for the old heater. Um, People say that he's tending to the. There's a room in there. I couldn't find a picture. I don't know if it's a rumor or not. Well, it's called the Hall of Fire, where they have multiple different fireplaces. He's also seen there. Um, some staff say they've run into Sarah Winchester herself, and it's rumored is you don't say nothing to Sarah because if you say hi or whatnot, she gives you this angry look and just walks through the wall. Basically, they tell you as soon as you get there, let Sarah be Sarah. Um, you may or may not see him. I remember a story. I took my sons, uh, Logan and Xander, to Winchester when they were younger, and we took the full tour in the basement. And they were telling the story about Clyde. And right as uh, they were ending up, um, they Logan dropped his water bottle. Man, you should have seen all the people turn around and stare at him like he killed somebody. Mary, I don't know how handicap accessible it is because of all the stairs. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of chairs or stairs. But what I'll do for you is I'll look it up and I'll message you on Facebook because it's it, before I went, it was on my bucket list to see because I've heard all these stories, but now that I'm reading more and more about Sarah, all those stories just like are fantasy. Um, Knowing that she was really sick in her older ages and had arthritis real bad, that's why the stairs were the way they were, and not having blueprints. That's the reason why she hired so many carpenters to build on top of the house. But still, it's a cool place to go. Um, I'm thinking about going back here real soon just to see what's been updated because they have opened up more rooms than when I went. This is about shoot. The boys are 20. Crap, this was back. I'd say probably 11 years ago, 12 years ago, and they've done a lot of changes that I've seen just from watching other people's videos. Um, so yeah, it's just I think everybody just needs to take a trip. It's a beautiful home, no matter what the lore is. You may or may not see any ghosts, but it's said that the new owner started all those rumors just so he can make it into a tourist trap. I don't know how much of that's true or not, but if it is true, it's one hell of a business, especially nowadays. Back then, probably not, but I think it probably would have because um, mediums and psychics and talking boards and Ouija boards, all that was getting really big back when William passed away. Nowadays, it went away, but more and more people are getting back to them. I don't suggest screwing around with a Ouija board. Some people like them. I know my wife, she has one, but um, I'm not. I don't know. It's just my preference. I guess you can call me a scaredy cat, even though I've done a lot worse. But I just don't want nothing attaching to me. So we're going on about 31 minutes. Is there anything else? Oh, let me know in the comments some suggestions on what the next show should be on. You know, we're going to come on here. We're going to try to come on here on every Thursday, but if there's a black week, meaning I'm a farmer, so here in the next I'd say probably 3 weeks or so, we might start harvesting. So, and we do that at night. So there might be a couple weeks to a month that I won't be able to post anything. So if there's nothing else, um, I'm probably going to sign off of here, but I'll give it a little bit. Oh, remember, always drive those back roads, keep believing, and keeping your eyes open. I'll see you next Thursday.